What's up, everybody, and welcome back to FigNight at the Tavern. It is me, the OG Fig Kid, and joining me, as usual, the hottest hot tag partner in the business.
Oh, it's me. It's the MIKE to the B. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another fabulous edition of FigNight right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. It's up that way. I always get confused with the logo.
Just go opposite way of where you're looking. It's always going to be the opposite.
There we go. See?
That's how I do it.
Opposites attract, and I'm not attractive, so it's okay.
Well, before we get started, guys, we have a guest here today. Why don't we just bring him in right away?
I got something for you this time. I got a guy I want to talk to.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It is Alex West. Alex West Collects. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm a big fan of the show.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Hell yeah. Happy to have you here, man. It's always a pleasure.
Before we get started, guys, really quickly, head on over to theturnbuckletavern.com. Follow, like, and subscribe to us everywhere you possibly can. While you're there, please join our Discord. Come chat with us, talk wrestling, watch wrestling, trade figures. You know, we could do it all there. And last but not least, when you're done here, head on over to Ringside Collectibles, wrestlingfigures.com. Use code TAVERN after you make your purchase and save yourself 10%. What are you waiting for? All right. 10. Wow, Mike, what are you hinting at? I don't know what you're hinting at there.
Listen, and also I do want to send the invite. Let's dust the cobwebs off that Discord, guys. It's been a little dusty in there, not dusty roads, baby.
The American dream.
Maybe we got to get some streaming up there. Maybe I'll throw up Dynamite tomorrow night, and we can watch some pro wrestling together. Have a good time. Yes. What's up, Tyson?
We've got Sam D in the house. Whoa. And Mama B is in the house.
Hell yeah, man. Always a good crowd. Always a good crowd.
What do you say? You guys want to touch on some news really quick before we dive into Alex West?
I'm always down.
And now to figure news.
You almost missed it, so I had to keep talking. I just kept going and just kept going.
Dude, my head's just not with it because of being sick for all this time. What's up, Matthew Goldberg?
What up?
All right, Mike.
We're ready to get into it.
Feel free to give us your opinions there, Mr. Alex West. And
yes,
Mike, let's get with it. What do we
chime in? We're gonna get wild and we're gonna get crazy from the Q&A over at Ringside Collectibles. The Mattel team has been pitching playsets such as a Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber. Steve Ozer, our good friend down here at the Turnbuckle Tavern, said those playsets need support of retailers to do a full run of those larger items. I think we're getting close, he added. I don't know, man. Tom, what do you think about playsets?
I can't wait. We talked about this just a couple of weeks ago. That's one of the things we wanted to see most from San Diego Comic-Con. We didn't get any, but we have Mattel Creations. Give us something there if the retailers don't want it. We'll buy it. What do you think, Alex? What's your opinion?
Absolutely, man. I'm ready for a Hell in a Cell, and for an authentic scale ring. Let's get it done. It's long overdue at this point. And Steve made it seem like it may be coming possibly a Ringside or Mattel Creations, so we'll see. Hopefully sooner than later.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm a sucker for playsets, man. My whole basement is riddled with I have everything going from the original real scale ones from Jack's. Before that and up until what we've been getting now. Mattel's been doing a great job with them, though, and I wish they would attack it more. I loved the backstage Kmart exclusive playsets.
That thing was so underrated, man.
Even so underrated.
Come on. I used to pop that out and do some figure photography back in the day. I feel like that was so long ago, right?
Right. It does feel like so long ago, but I bought 3 of them and I connected them all together. So I had this huge giant backstage area going and man, so good. Sorry. My entire house, not just my basement. Wife knows. But yeah, no, I hope we get more dabbling in the playset genre in general from both companies, man. I want to see a Blood and Guts. I want to see all that cool stuff, and definitely a Hell in a Cell. I don't think an Elimination Chamber is doable at this point. Those things are so big. Yeah. The Jack's one is massive, man.
Listen, I'm jonesing for the steel cage or a Hell in a Cell. Just give me a really good quality.
Yeah,
one of those.
Seems like a layup at this point, right? It's just that's what we want.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think if they did that right, that could be the next crowdfunded project. If they, because it's not going to break the bank. But speaking of crowd,
I'm still hurting over that crowdfunder, man. Oh,
speaking of the
heartbroken.
crowdfunder, what's else is in the news, Mike? Did I put that in there?
I don't. Hold on. Do we get a crowdfunding thing? Is this about the legends? You got the legends in there.
Oh no, I didn't put it in there.
You
Okay,
forgot
so
the crowdfunding.
okay, really quick, as I remember reading it in the interview, they said that the WCW Nitro stage might still make its way back some way. So it's in the vault for now, but they said they hate to waste all the time and effort that was put into it. So we could hope maybe some way they find a way to do it on a cheaper scale. And it was a great point Steve brought up in there. Everybody's complaining about the figures, or maybe it was Bill who said this. The figures were the throw-in. The selling point of this project was the actual stage.
Yeah.
Like I would have paid for just the stage. I didn't need the figures. The figures, did I want the figures? Of course I wanted the figures. Did I want the Scott Steiner figure? Hell yeah. People complaining about the figures. I don't think that's why it didn't sell. I really don't.
No, I know Alex could attest to it.
They were going to get those. We were going to get those figures anyway. Like the figures that everyone wanted were going to come out in the Monday Night Wars line. And it was just like, such a missed opportunity, man.
That thing was so damn gorgeous in person that when it didn't hit the crowdfund, it sucked the wind out of my collecting. I was heartbroken, man. So hopefully. It does pop up because it was such a tease to see it during San Diego Comic-Con, and I was like, "How dare you? How dare you?"
I can see him doing just like the entrance itself, like
I'd be okay with that.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do when I hit the Mega Millions tonight. I'm gonna call up Steve Ozer tomorrow. And I'll be like, "Listen, I'll back the whole thing. Let's just get it out."
Throw it up for the homies. I love it. But moving on, we got they were asked if obscure legends such as Pedro Morales and the Great Muta may be in the offering. And Ozer said, more legends are coming, although they showed a lot for 2024, which they have. I mean, both companies have been stacked up on the reveals lately, which is great. He said there's a lot that wasn't ready to show. First-time legends, returning legends, some holy crap surprises, which we all love those. And when you see the names of the visuals pop up, so there's a lot more coming. He said Makina added that if Mattel gets the right to produce the Great Muta, he will work on it day one. I don't see Bill letting Muta slip between the hands.
No, I think Bill's already designing Great Muta figures for himself, and he just has them in his office somewhere. Sends them down to those printers
with his referee Bill Makina figure that we all need.
Exactly.
So good though.
I gotta build a Bill referee figure.
Right? That would be fun.
Just do the head. All we need is the head. You have all the other builder figures, referees coming out.
I'm here for it. And then we got the an update on the Bad Bunny Walmart listing. Steve Over said it's not coming. Maybe it changes. He added that it was just an error. How do you feel about Bad Bunny not being a figure?
I mean, I don't need him in a figure, but I find it hard to believe that's an error. How does Bad Bunny just pop up in this system like that? Walmart doesn't know anything. Come on. I think it just got spilled a little soon, and they're not ready to announce it yet.
Yeah,
I think he's still better than Gronk, to be honest. He's pretty popular.
I wouldn't buy a Gronk. I would buy the Bad Bunny to have in my collection.
I think a lot of things will sell better than Gronk. But you know what? After seeing how awesome the Logan Paul figure came out, I honestly I would love an Ultimate Bad Bunny from Mattel Creations over a Walmart release. And I'm not even a Bad Bunny fan, so I mean I'd still buy it, of course. Ultimates are yeah. I mean they're more worthy than your typical release, and I feel like Bad Bunny is one of those names that could make the Mattel Creations pop a little bit better. Right. Yeah.
The other thing I didn't include in the notes here, he also announced that the Macho Man Ultimate Edition 18 is on hold. He said specifically it's on hold. He said he and Bill fully intend to be making more Macho Man figures in the future. From all the little whisperings I've heard around the whole community, it's just a little bump in the road, and we will be getting more Machos. There's expected to be a new deal signed, so
yeah,
that's great news.
Hopefully.
Dude, there's warehouses of that Ultimate Edition
with all these guys just sitting there, right?
They'll be on eBay soon. I bet.
That figure is just sitting somewhere. I'm telling you, just like there's more than a Chief J Strongbow of these just sitting in some boxes somewhere. So
100%.
hell, for all we know, they could already be at ringside and just They had to tell them, don't sell yet.
Goldberg agrees. Anything
agree with
over
that.
a Walmart release. My God, those Walmart pre-orders have just been horrendous all across the board.
Wow. I know.
Not that they
Walmart.
ever aren't, but my goodness. I mean, that worries me with so much retail exclusives. Just throw them online. Like give us a nice little pre-order for them.
Hey, I'll say this.
We'll
You
hug
go
it
to
out.
Walmart, I'll go to Paulmart.
Well, that works better, right? At
That's
least
where
for
I
the
get all
most
my
part.
Walmart exclusives from.
Well, moving on from the awesome Mattel news, we have our favorite bobbleheads in the game, Foco, with a limited WWE Rey Mysterio bobblehead, limited to, you guessed it, 223 pieces, costs $65 and ships this January. My goodness, it's a cool looking Rey.
I think it should have been limited to 619.
That's a lot of Rey Mysterio bobbleheads.
True.
They would be giving them away at that point.
It looks really good, I'll tell you that. If you're a bobblehead collector. Do you collect bobbleheads, Alex?
Not my thing. I mean, it looks cool. I've been tempted with some of those Hogans that they've had, but I just can't pull the trigger on them. I don't know what I would do with them.
Yeah.
I bought one
I have the
bobblehead.
Legend set from WWE Shop. Those are the ones I bought.
So that's cool. I got the Britt
Yeah.
Baker AEW one, and that's the
Yeah?
only one I bought. It's the only one I'm gonna buy. It's but they're nice. They're cool. I like the uniqueness of them, and I think that they're. I mean, these are huge compared to what you would think a bobblehead. Like these aren't small little 6-inch bobbleheads. These are massive compared to what you would think. So shelf space definitely an issue. But
real estate is tight, right? No way.
But more coming from Foco, and this one's pretty awesome, man. We got a limited WWE Razor Ramon Chico. Again, limited to 223 pieces. These numbers are so wild, and cost $65. Also ships this January. This is cool. Like the backdrop on it. Weird color scheme.
Yeah.
Was not expecting.
Yeah, I don't think I
baby
ever saw
blue.
Razor wear these colors. That's so weird.
I mean, I'm sure he has, but my goodness.
Yeah.
The little gold.
Looks cool.
I always think black and gold when I think Razor Ramon, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Or the green. Yeah, I would love the green. What else we got here? We got Rush collectible. My goodness. Talk about a heartbreak.
All right. Can you read that, or is it too small?
Oh, I got it. In the light of current events with Ring Masters action figures, we wanted to thank the Major Wrestling Figure Pod for finding and pointing out that this issue with our figures.
It's only a little issue. They just fall apart.
They just completely fall apart. They're very expensive cake toppers. What's great about this is we can fix it going forward. Going forward, we will be using a new factory. This has been in motion for a while now, not just because of the current figure issues that were just brought to our attention, but because of the wait times. This will be corrected going forward. They said that 3 times. We learn and we grow. We want to thank everybody for your support and continued support of our brand now and in the future. The future for Rush is very, very bright, not just for our wrestling themed lines, but also our very cool horror line and licenses from superheroes to kaiju, is that right? Something like that. Kaiju, I don't know. To 80s movies properties. Rush is about to do the Hasbro retros we all dreamed about as kids, and we hope you come along for the ride. Onward and upward. Sell from Rush. That is a catastrophe of an issue. That's what I was saying. It was they're
Yeah, I feel bad for them. I do. Like, I hate to see a
it's overpriced cake
brand new
toppers,
company,
man.
and all of a sudden,
It's messy.
yeah, it stinks.
No, it does stink. But
terrible.
listen, it's
But, hopefully they do the same thing that Power Town did, and they turn it around and gain everybody's
Hopefully.
support.
yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. It sucks when you got a roadblock such as your roadblock falling apart. But hopefully they fix it up. I'm not sweating it too mad because I'm not a collector of these figures. But for everybody that does want them in their lines, I hope the best for you guys, man. Because that sucks.
I don't have any of them ordered or anything, but yes, I hate seeing anything like that. So
Yes, no, absolutely. But moving on, we have a GameStop exclusive Funko Pop of the Big Boss Man. Somebody who does not get enough love, man. I love it so much. It looks cool.
Yeah.
it does look cool.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get over like the feeling left out with the Funkos since I sold them a couple of months ago.
It's good.
In the first couple of months, I was like, oh man, and now it's just like, okay. Just be another one I'd have to track down.
Every time I go into GameStop, like I see that RVD one with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's such a cool thing, but they're not in my thing. So
they do so much, right? There's so many different things you can cover with. I don't want to get into that.
Razor's attire, 95, 93. I have no idea.
Yeah.
We'll throw with 94 just to make it in between, and nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
We'll average it out. There we go.
Yeah, but that is a cool big boss man. I love the Funkos. It's just not my cup of tea, man. I got maybe 5 in total, and that's all I'll probably ever buy.
I get that.
Yeah. What else we got here? Ooh, our ringside update of the week, which we love. Don't forget to use code Tavern. Save that 10%. But Unmatched 7 now shipping. Hook, Thunder Rosa, Pac, Penta, CM Punk, and Ray Phoenix. You got to see these in hand over at Double or Nothing Fan Fest. These were amazing looking. Waiting for mine to come in the mail. Can't wait for it, man. Love the Hook. Love the Pac. This is a sleeper set. I know we get a lot of Ray and Phoenix, but these Ray and Phoenixes are like top tier Ray, Phoenix, and Penta. So this is awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a great set, man.
I love the different heads for Pac. Thunder Rose is awesome. They got the chases. Good shit, man. Can't wait to get these into the collection. And then
Me too.
Oh, they also
Alex,
posted.
You have these already, right?
Yeah, I actually just reviewed the set. It's pretty
Hell
solid.
yeah.
I will say something's up with that hook because mine, the alternate head, didn't just pop right off with like the hair coif. And I was watching the Kyle Peterson had the same issue. So I'm interested to see what you guys have when you get them. I think MVP had the same issue too. So it's got to be widespread.
Crazy.
Right?
Hopefully they are fixed and not all messed up.
Yeah.
That would be
we got I'm sure we got plenty of Cody's coming, Justin. plenty of Cody's coming. But yeah, man, it's cool. Hopefully the hook thing's not a overall big issue.
It's a pretty badass figure, to be honest.
It looks awesome. I can't wait for that ringside exclusive too.
Yeah.
That one's stacked. And killer on the ringside exclusives, man. What else we have? Oh, the Wheeler Yuta, Blood and Guts. We got new pics of this. Love the packaging. Love the Ring of Honor Pure title. This is a solid ass toy, man.
I love Blood and Guts, man. Ringside's killing with that line. It's so much fun.
Yeah, no, they've been great on the exclusives, man. Everything. I mean, even the Mattel ones that they've been pumping out. The packaging's fantastic. The artwork, the design, and everything. But the Blood and Guts has a special place in my heart. Yeah. I love it so much. I mean, I still remember when the Cody and Dustin was like teased. And then they pulled it down real quick, and then it posted it like this is one of the best. Yeah, you're back. But one of the best lines that Ringside has, and
maybe
AEW too, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't wait to get Wheeler Yuta in this bad boy. Oh, Goldberg, I feel you. I wish we got a mix of both. That would be a cool, like little add-on. But listen, we're getting another Yuta anyway. It's good. Yeah. We're gonna have fun with it. I'm pumped, man. Well, Tom, I think that's it for the news, right? Oh, Tom's MIA, but it's all good. Yeah, he's freezing while we're sitting here talking about our awesome ringside teases. But yeah, man, super cool. I wish I do agree with Matt though. It'd be cool to have a clean torso with them, but that would take away from the blood and guts, wouldn't it? A little bit. So
yeah, it would, right? Even the packaging on that, the little splatter of blood, like little details like that, really make it feel like a special exclusive. That's what I love about these figures. Man.
Yeah, and it's cool because we don't normally get figures, bloody. Like it's been AEW started a trend. We got the Mankind with a little bit of blood coming out of his mouth from Mattel. Yeah. So listen, I'm here for it.
I didn't even notice that when they displayed it at Comic-Con, and then I got it in hand. I was like, is that blood on his mouth? I was like, all right, we're going in the right direction.
It's awesome, man. You gotta love it though. You absolutely love it. But yeah, this is a must get. If you guys head on over to Ringside, pre-order that shit. It's the best, man.
My back.
You are back.
All right. Comcast could not get here fast enough. We had a huge storm the other day, and ever since then, my internet keeps doing this. It's very frustrating.
You're just freezing. You're so in shock from the awesomeness of all the news that you're just frozen up. It's okay. But yeah, man, that is it for the news. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah,
Tom,
dude,
lead the way, brother.
Let's get into it. So let's start first. Like, obviously, you're a wrestling fan. When did that start? What's your earliest memory of being of wrestling?
So I want to say like the late '80s, early '90s. Like growing up in like New York. Like obviously WWF was a huge part of my life. Hulk Hogan, like my favorite of all time growing up. Absolutely. So Hogan, Macho Man, Big Boss Man, LOD, like these are all guys I remember growing up as a kid. And I was kind of like in and out of wrestling. Like I hit my phases. Like early on, it was like loved it. Kind of fell out with the new gen era, and then once the Attitude Era kind of started back, it really was the NWO that brought me back into like wrestling. I remember watching Hulk Hogan on TV, and I was like, Hulk Hogan's still wrestling? He's wearing black? This was like right after he had just been the Giant for the title, and I was just like sucked right back in, dude. I absolutely loved it. I did not miss a Nitro for the longest, and then WWF, Stone Cold, and The Rock coming up. Just some great times, some great memories, and I think this is what got me into collecting is the nostalgia. The way you felt when you watched that, like every Monday, it was like you had to be in front of the TV to check it out. It's just so much fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you just segued yourself. Tell us how you started collecting in.
You know, I've always been like really big into toys. Like even as a kid, I had Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, like He-Man, you name it. Like I loved toys as a kid. Like there are other kids who like played with building blocks and stuff. I loved action figures. And I feel like I was kind of forced to stop playing them. I was at the point where my parents like, getting a little old. You still want to play with these? And that's probably why now I'm like so obsessed with all these toys. But you know, I just kept collecting figures, and then over time, it was just like I got back into wrestling again after falling out around like 2005ish, 2006. I remember picking up the Hulk Still Rules DVD and just watching it on loop. I was like, you know, it'd be pretty cool. Let me see what kind of figures they have, because it's been so long since I was, you know, buying toys. Like if I got any action figures between them, it was like McFarlane, like sports action figures. I had like a bunch of Kobe Bryant ones, but you couldn't articulate them, you couldn't move them. They just kind of stood there. And then I didn't buy any of the Jack stuff. So I got into collecting pretty late, like towards the end of that run. And I remember seeing the classic Superstars, I think Series 8, Hollywood Hogan. I was like,
yeah,
I think that in my collection. And then that kind of just started it, dude. And it was like, well, I have NWO Hogan. Let me get regular Hulk Hogan. Then I need Hulk Still Rules. Now I need his like counterparts. I need like Ric Flair. I need all these other guys, Macho Man. And then before you knew it, dude, it was just like a full-blown collection. Like I didn't plan to go down this path at all.
It's the best. I love it.
Do you remember what the first figure you ever bought was?
No way.
Really?
So long ago. But like I said, my parents used to buy me a lot of toys. I mean, Power Rangers, you name it, Ghostbusters. It'd probably be something He-Man if I could remember my earliest. Like I remember having like one of those swords that like made the sounds and stuff.
Yes.
And I remember like the battery stopped working. My brother's like, "Oh, I can fix it for you." And he ended up breaking my He-Man sword. To this day, it's like a running joke. Like, dude, remember that time you messed up my He-Man sword? Like,
The best, man. Oh, I love it. I used to collect so many different lines, like Power Rangers. You know, nothing sold me more than those gigantic. You know, like the I don't even know what they were called anymore, but like they had the pyramid. You know, it's so many cool. I mean, they're basically play sets, but they're giant, you know, robots that you got to screw around with. Power Rangers had so many cool little unique things that they came out with.
Rangers,
like
I remember that
saber.
phenomenon, man. I remember people like rushing to stores to get them. They would sell out instantly. I had like I remember getting up on Christmas morning and my family had bought me like the whole set of everything Power Rangers. Like, remember having those gloves that made the sounds? I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, right?
Those are the best, man.
I had it all, dude. Like, oh man, it was just crazy time.
You just unlocked like a child memory in my head. I forgot all about those gloves. Right? They were the best.
Oh, there's so much fun. The ones with the heads flipped and the morphers.
The morphers are the best, man. And those, I mean, those were going back in like in the turtle lines. They used to have those, and you move them on.
Oh, Ninja Turtles was another line, dude. Like, I had so much, dude. It's just
so good. Yeah. No, I had an older brother, so I grew up, you know, in the same realm. Like I would borrow off his toys, he'd borrow off my toys. We both like really got into everything together. So it's the best, man. We got a awesome question from Matt Goldberg. Alex, what inspired you to join the Fig community and start reviewing all the cool stuff, man?
So I never really planned to go down this path. Like I remember being on the WFigs message boards, and I would just post pictures of new toys I got, and then I would do little skits where people liked it, so I continued to do them for the longest. And then Instagram came out, and I was like, all right, well, let me just post my collection pictures here and just kind of grow it, and then started getting a following. And I think the only goal I had is like, you know, I want to get with Ringside. I feel like that was kind of the start of people like getting sponsored and stuff. So like, it'd be kind of cool. I don't see anyone doing this, and it took me a long time to get with them, and then eventually when I did, I was like, well, it's an opportunity to do even more. So I started doing figure reviews. Like I remember watching like tons of people back in the Wrestling Hero Figs, MDT, Tom's Toy Traveler, or just like all these different like YouTube channels. I'm like, this is pretty cool. They give you information on the figure. If I'm on the fence about it, maybe I buy it, maybe I don't. So I don't know. I figured there's something I could do. It was fun. There's another way to like kind of give back to the community.
Yeah, I love it, man. The playground's big enough for all of us to play, right? That's the cool part about it, man. But it's awesome, man. I love seeing people's passions thrive like that and move on to something bigger and better. And it's, I mean, we all do the same thing. We play with toys, we open them, we review them, we touch it, we take pictures. And like, it's an awesome community to be a part of, man.
It's like another way to play with toys without saying you're playing with toys, right?
Absolutely, right? No, we do it for work now. You know? Yeah, no, it's super cool, man. But what's your favorite line of figures like that you've ever collected out of wrestling? Like, give me your best of.
Without, I mean, it's gonna sound kind of cheesy, but the Mattel line is just, I've dove in so hard into it, especially the Ultimates. Like, I love everything they do, and just, I mean, some of the figures they just released are just like breathtaking, dude. Like, this, without a doubt, is my favorite figure of all time. I have him with me everywhere I go. The Ultimate Edition Hollywood Hogan.
Great.
But it's so fun to collect, dude, and like all the different pieces you get with the different display options. It's just like, it has me buying multiples. Like, I would never buy multiples of figures. Like, why do I need two of this guy? But then slowly it's like, well, he's a different head. I can display him doing this, and different hands. It's just like, it's on another level now.
And you're like, I gotta get the Hogan where he's holding his own head and, and screaming at him. Like, there's so many awesome possibilities, man. I love it. I think much like wrestling right now, we're in such a boom period. I think wrestling figures are following the same trend. I think everybody clamors for the Attitude Era and how awesome it was, but I think the wrestling era now is 10 times bigger than Attitude Era ever would have gotten to. And it's great, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I mean, I feel like I was an Attitude Era guy growing up, but now, like, I'm really into like the current product, AEW, and especially WWE. Cody Rhodes coming back to WWE has like brought me in another level of my fandom. Has like just jumped through the roof back to watching it. It's good. It's good to have competition between both sides.
It is. Like, I was tapped out at WWE for a while, but they sucked me back in too the last year. The storytelling's been much better.
The Bloodline story has been unbelievable. We got Cody Rhodes. Like, I'm even interested in like kind of the mid-carder guys. It's just like it's fun to like have a following and like really get invested.
Dude, I hated Judgment Day when they first started, and now I love Dom and the whole
me too.
thing.
I love Dom. Dom is killing it right now, right?
And I hated Dom when he first came out, and he had his father on his back, and I'm like, "What the hell is this shit?" Like, he's and then like then they do this, and it's just wow, crazy. Yeah. Like, he's so much better, and like I love as soon as he starts to talk, the crowd just starts booing him so loud.
Yeah.
So,
nothing beats natural hatred towards a character.
Yeah.
You know, like Roman Reigns had that for the longest time, and it was like they kept pushing him as the face. But it was like he would have been great as a Dom earlier on in his career, you know? And like you think about stuff like that, it's amazing what the crowd can do for. I mean, Judgment Day was dead in the water when it happened, you know, for the longest time. And then eventually they just started hating it so much that it got over. Right? And you gotta love wrestling, man.
Yeah, I mean, I give them credit because of how terrible it was in the beginning. They just didn't give up on the idea. Like, somehow they made it work. So
that's kind of like New Day. Remember when New Day came out? Nobody like really like, what is this crap? Like, and then it's so over. It's just, that's usually when it's like the best type of gimmicks to follow, man.
Yeah, now we all believe in pancake power. We're living the dream, man. But listen, that's the thing. Like, you know, these people behind the characters, they push so hard. They put all their effort into it, all their eggs in the basket, and if it works, it works. Like, look at LA Knight is somebody I would not have cared about ever, but like I see him coming out and he's doing his thing, man, and it's enjoyable to watch. And I don't follow WWE as much as everybody does. I'm more of an AEW guy, but it's cool to see the clips, you know, like I love hearing the crowd pop when it's supposed to be like it's so cool, man.
So different than it was just a year ago. They've done a good job at making it watchable and enjoyable again. Like I used to, like I said, I was almost done with WWE. Now I love both companies. I can't even pick which one I enjoy better because I watch it all. And that's the beautiful thing about all the wrestling we have today. Like, we could choose what we like. We could watch it. And I'm tired of the people who have to hate on the one they don't watch. Just don't watch it. You don't have to hate. Just enjoy what you enjoy. Let people enjoy what they enjoy.
How often do you hear me talking shit about WWE, like out of spite? I don't do it out of like, you know, I hate them. It's more like I just don't get it sometimes, and like I still love it. Yeah, they're still homies. They still brought us to the dance, man. You never forget it.
Dude, so what is your so you showed us the Hogan picture, the figure that goes with you everywhere.
Absolutely.
Is that your holy grail, or do you have another holy grail?
That's probably my whole. You know, the whole story behind Hollywood is, I was so excited to get Hogan back in line. He was with TNA, and I remember buying those deluxe, whatever Impact deluxe figures they were, and they had those huge heads, and I love that figure, even though people shit on it. So when Hogan came back to WWE, I was like super excited, but Hollywood was my guy, so I was waiting patiently in the wings. We got like a modern day Hogan. We got the defining moments, and here we go at Comic-Con. They announced Hollywood Hogan. I'm like, all right, it's finally gonna happen. He got fired.
Yeah.
He's gone for 5 years, and I thought we would never see this figure. And I would hound Steve like you have no idea. Steve, we're gonna get Hollywood back. We're gonna get Hollywood back. And he's just always like patient. And it got to a point where I was just getting frustrated. Like every time there was a new set of reveals and there was no Hogans, I was just like, I don't want to collect anymore. This is fun. The product sucks. I don't like the current guys. And then I think it was during the pandemic they announced them. My jaw dropped, dude. I felt like a kid in a candy store. I feel like I squealed like a little girl. My wife comes in and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, Hollywood Hogan. So there's like a special place in my heart because we weren't going to get it. And then it came out and it's be so awesome. So it's like, I went and bought multiples. It's like, if they ever get rid of this guy again, I have enough for customs and fix-ups for years to come, you know?
Yeah. And it seems like Hogan is the AEW Cody. Like they're not stopping on making the Hogans right now, which is good. I'm here for it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There you go. Comic-Con. We got all the Hogans we need. Like there's Hogans I never thought we'd get. I'm so excited for.
Yeah.
So
no, I was very happy to see the Hulk Still Rules 3-pack because that was one of my favorite Jax pieces ever made. I remember going to the Kmart and like fucking marking out so hard that it was there. I bought the thing like 5 times. I bought it later on my collecting career, but it's such a cool, unique set, and I think Mattel did a great job recreating it. Awesome.
Can you imagine that you get it and you have Hogan sign it 3 times, 3 different paint pens, and just, that's the goal. I would love to do that one day. Just fly to the beach shop and just get 3 signatures on there. That would be like the real.
That's where I'm at with like the Mick Foley one. I can't wait to get the Dude Love, the Cactus Jack, and the Mankind, and get it autographed by all 3 because it's so awesome.
And you know what's thing?
It's the year of like the multi-packs now, right? I feel like there's so many different ones coming out now. We got that 4-pack, then now and forever. Like it's. I don't know if it's the resurgence of them or what, but it's cool. I dig it.
I love it. I remember being a kid going in the Toys R Us, seeing those like the Too Cool set, the Hardy Boys with Lita set. Like those were my favorite things to collect because they had cool boxes. You know, you got unique figures out of it, and I'm here for it, man. I like box sets. I love stuff like that, like because it's unique and you're not going to find it. It's only going to be around for a little bit. You get it. You enjoy it. That Hulk Still Rules thing was selling for ridiculous amounts of money at one time, and so I'm here for it, man. I like getting multiples like that. It's cool, and I love the way Ringside's doing it, where you could buy individual like if you don't want the Mankind, you could buy just Cactus Jack or Dude Love, and it's such a cool little way to get them out there.
And you know, speaking of Mick Foley, I wish that set was out already because I'm going to meet him on Sunday. I bought the VIP meet and greet at Pandora's. That would have been perfect to fill up to 3 autographs.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see. But
do you have the Hell in the Cell one?
The Hell in the Cell? Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, so you got to get that one. So
I'm getting that signed for sure.
That's defining figure to get defining moments.
The two I know I'm getting signed so far are the Ringside Cactus Jack, and the Mankind from that. I got a 3rd thing to get signed. I have to figure out what to do with the other one.
I love it.
Which version of the Ringside Cactus you getting signed? The ECW or that original one they released, the Street Fight?
The ECW one, the one that just came out recently.
That one's awesome. That head is so nice.
That's one of my favorite Mick Foley figures with the ECW shirt. He looks so good. And I love the included backdrop. Like I mean, we covered it so many times, but it's such a beautiful figure. The tongue twisted in his mouth, and he's got the bang bang. Oh, so good, so good.
One thing I was talking a lot to Alex about this last week, the 60th anniversary set, which after hitting 13 targets, I finally found it. And the thing that was killing me, the reason why I want this so bad was because I wanted the Hogan from the night he won the title. To me, that makes the whole set worth it. I never thought we'd get that belt in a figure form. Like this is crazy, and I haven't even I bought 2, one to open and one to keep mint on card because you know what, getting the autographed is actually not a bad idea. All 4 of those people are still alive, and you know that might be a fun thing to try and do with that. You know, bring up the collecting game a little bit. What do you think of that Hogan?
I mean, the Hogan itself is okay. I feel like you're buying that set mainly for like the accessories. The shirt is pretty awesome. It's got the 2 print on there. It's got on the front and the back. The belt is pretty nice. I mean, that was the selling point for me. I also grabbed 2, made a custom ultimate with one, and then I left the other one as the elite. But solid set. I will say it's a random choice of 4 characters to put in a set, but to each their own. Everyone gets a little bit of something, you know.
Yeah. I didn't quite see where Becky fit in that set.
Yeah, me too.
However, it's an
Great
awesome
Becky Lynch figure, though. It's probably the
It's a
best
great
one
set
they've
for Becky
made.
figure.
Yeah.
So,
And
you
Rocky
know.
Maivia is forever doomed to just be a Target exclusive, apparently.
Yeah.
Also a great figure, though. I remember picking up
It
the
is.
original release. Is one of my favorite Rocky Maivia figure.
Yeah, it is a great figure. It
Yeah.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
You mentioned your wife earlier. How does she support the hobby?
I mean, she's great. She absolutely supports everything I do. I remember when we first started dating, I was like, I collect toys. And she's like, okay. I was like, no. Like, it's like I have like a little display. I brought her into the display section, and it's just like this big shelf. And she was cool about it, dude. And that's how you know she's a keeper, She doesn't pressure me to not buy stuff. People always joke, like, I got to hide this from my wife. She encourages me to buy stuff. Sometimes she thinks it's a little excessive for me to buy like 20 of the same figure, but she's great. She is my rock. She supports everything I do. She was actually with me when we went to the influencer event, so I absolutely love her to death. Like, she's so great. She's so awesome.
It's awesome. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
my wife too. She's the same. Actually, she helped me get back into collecting because I had tapped out, and then the sort of Jack's Classic Superstars. And like one Christmas, she ordered a bunch of them and just surprised me with them. And that's kind of what got me back into collecting again. So, and then she'll go on fig hunts with me. She'll order stuff for me.
See, that's where my wife draws the line. She doesn't come on fig hunt. She's like, all right, if you're gonna go, you're on your own. I'm not going.
No, but she has her own collection. She has like like her craft room, and she has her favorite wrestlers are on display in her craft room. So
it's the best, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my wife is always edging me on, like, oh, you should buy that. And I'm like, I don't need it. And she's like, no, you should get it now before it gets like lost and you're not gonna be able to get it later in the long run. And I'm like, who's the bad influence on who here?
I know, dude, my wife too.
I love it. I get shit in the mail all the time that I'm like, I don't remember ordering this. She's like, oh, I ordered it like 6 months ago. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Good looking out.
My wife just gave me a gift yesterday. It came in the mail. It was the CM Punk statue from what was the company? Diamond Direct?
Yeah.
Diamond Select. Yes, Diamond Select. She ordered it for me for Christmas, and it didn't come in time because it was supposed to be out for Christmas.
Yeah.
Finally came yesterday. I haven't even opened it yet. I can't wait to open it and see what it is because huge CM Punk mark here. I love it. Like you said, I'm excited for the Supreme to be coming out soon.
No, we got a plethora of good stuff coming our ways. Super.
We really do. So is there a holy grail that you don't have yet that you would love to add to your collection?
I don't know. Probably, and I probably don't know what's out there, to be honest. I just buy so much crap. You know, there's just so much I collect, and it's like things I don't even know exist. And like, that's a figure. Like, I need that. And it's just like, I don't know about grails. I feel like I have pretty much everything I want, but you never know. I mean, new figures are coming out every day. There are new companies emerging every day, so we'll see.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
That's good.
I'm always a buy with your heart kind of guy. You don't need everything. Don't need to, go above and beyond.
Sometimes, though, right? FOMO kicks in. And it's like, do I need this? And it's like, oh, well, buy it. If you don't like it, you can always. I'm a big advocate of like, buy it and flip it. Or like, even now with Mattel like redoing a lot of these figures, I'm a sucker for those double jointed elbows and the new like technology in the figures. I'm getting rid of the old ones, and people looking like, "What, you have them already?" It's just like, no, but these are better.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't feel like the old ones will hold up on value in the long run either, because I feel like people are gonna want the ones with the double jointed elbows, fancier leg joints and stuff, and like, you gotta pick and choose battles.
For your display, right? I feel like Randy Orton in his pose, like I have the new Ultimate Randy, like look at that.
That's gorgeous, man. Yeah,
absolutely. Back in the day, right? You just had like a fisted hand and I'm like a mic open hand. And
I hear people hating on this Randy Orton figure, and
really?
I'm like,
it's
such a beautiful figure.
It really, the problem is they did a modern day Randy, and I feel like people don't want modern day Randy. They want kind of like the heel, like Viper Randy. Like I did a simple head swap.
Yeah,
and this figure looked great. Hand swap, and it's like you got your heel Randy Orton, but even like modern day, it looks great, man. The face,
it does look great.
It's probably one of the best Orton figures made. Like,
I agree.
Like, yeah, I love it. I didn't throwing him into the Ultimate line. It's perfect. You get a better deco on the tattoos and stuff, and just a great look on that head sculpt. Absolutely love it.
I agree. That's a great figure, and I love that the Ultimates are now going to 3 in a set because I am. So my next question for you is going to be this: do you have any rules to your collecting? Because
I do, and I feel like they're always like changing. I'm always like, I could break one rule here. I mean, I try to collect. I collect mainly flashback guys, right? Like guys I grew up watching that I have a soft spot in my heart for. But I feel like I'm buying a lot more of the modern days, especially with like AEW, obviously, like newer talent. And I only have so much room. Like real estate is like really tough. Like I remember moving into this house, like I have a whole basement. I have plenty of room. And 2 years in, it's like, oh, it's getting kind of tight. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fun to collect a lot of different things, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's the best.
Yeah. Well, one of my rules is because it gets expensive, but I do.
Uh-oh.
He gets frozen up when he talks about his toys so much.
I'm an Ultimate
There he
Edition
is.
Supreme completist. Where did I
Right
cut
when
out?
you're about to get into it.
Yeah, right when
I'm
you're
still
like,
cut out.
I got boom. We can hear you.
Oh boy.
Now your eyes are closed. You're there. You're just
there.
a little glitchy. It's all good. We're feeling with you. We're rocking and we're rolling. But while Tom's unfreezing, I will go on to it. I used to buy 2 of everything, sometimes 3.
Yeah.
I have kids. They see me collecting shit. They're like, I want that too. And you're like, okay. So it's hard to like kind of, it's hard to limit yourself, especially when you're like, oh yeah, it must have. You got to get it first. You want to be the guy that's getting your Instagram post out right away, and it's a hard FOMO, very very hard FOMO.
That's what Ultimates. When they first came out, I was buying multiples because I feel like you'd buy them, they'd sell out, and they'd go through the roof. And I'm always like worried of something falling off a shelf and breaking or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I used to just buy them and stock up. And I'm like, all right, I need 3 rocks. I don't know why, but just in case, like a rainy day, like.
Yeah, but you never know which one's going to be super hard to find. You never know which is going to be, the big flipper in the long run too, which is a crazy. That's a crazier or hard way to collect is when if you're looking like, oh, this is going to make me $1,000 in a year. Like, no, you should don't do that. Bad for business, man.
I never collected for value. I know a lot of people collect and hang on to stuff. I mean, I guess that's fun, but I like getting the figures out of the box and playing with them. Like, I don't collect a lot of things mock. I just feel like they take up too much space, but I don't know. It's fun to have both sets of a mock or loose here and there.
Yeah, I do it for certain things. Like AEW, I've been there since day one. I was like that with the TNA line because I just wanted to have a full set of them and be that guy. But I ended up opening everything, and that's usually what happens. So with AEW, I'm like, okay, I can just get a box and I don't even got to take the tape off, throw it in the basement, keep it there, and then I get to play with the rest of them and take pictures, and that's the fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm a big. I love loose collecting. Mock's fun. But I mean, I only do it for certain things now, and if I get doubles or something, like I'm more of a fan of appreciating what they make for us.
Yeah, and to each own. I'm not knocking anyone who collects mock at all. I mean, some stuff I have like that are signed and hung up, and they look really nice, like accenting your loose display. So, I mean, there's tons of different ways to collect, and that's the beauty of it. Everyone can kind of make their own rules, set up their own display. It's so much fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. That's the best part. See, Tom left. You were teasing him too hard, old fat guy. No, his internet's been bad for a while, so it's all good, Tom. If you don't make it back, we'll carry this. We got this. Anything outside of your standard 6-inch figures do you collect? Do you collect micro brawlers or anything like that? Are you into any of those things?
I never got into it. I'm such a stickler for like the 6-7-inch scale. Like I want figures to live in the same universe, kind of,
Yeah.
So I mean, I have a Storm collectibles. It's like a 12-inch like Hollywood Hogan I bought years ago, and I have like, why did I buy this? I used to collect some Hot Toys at one point. They just got really expensive, and like they'd get so dusty you couldn't clean them.
Yeah.
For the most part, 6 or 6-inch line. Yeah.
No, absolutely, and that's the hard part. Hard decisions to make. Like I see a lot of those cool statues, that Diamond Select's making, and I'm like, I love the Unmatched Fury line that Jack's made, where it was all statues. I got a bunch of them, but like I'm still trying to hard to buy the new ones, man.
Talk yourself out of it, right?
Yeah, like you kind of have to be like, man, I can't really do that because I don't really need it. Like, but it works. Tom, welcome back.
Thank you.
We
back
lost
for a
you.
minute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill Comcast. Whatever the storm did really messed up my internet, and it's been terrible.
It's probably a loose wire, and it's just like sitting there slowly unwinding. And
they better fix it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I have some rules, but the best thing about rules is they're made to be broken.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
I did love those Unmatched Fury figures, those statues.
So cool.
I have a bunch of them. I have the Mankind one. I have the British Bulldog one.
Sacco.
Yeah.
They're so good though. They're so good. I have a few of those like big. I think they're like 12-inch Jack specific ones. Like I have a Bobby Lashley, but they're ridiculous. Like I don't know what to do with them.
I have the Lou Albano one.
The Lou Albano one's awesome. Those ones were super cool.
So that is super cool. But
yeah.
All right. What else were we talking about before I?
I asked him if there was any other lines that he collects outside of your standard 6-7-inch figures.
Yeah. I love the big rubber guys. Have I mentioned that at all?
That's all you talk about is the big rubber guys.
I'm an LJN kid, so getting them in my hand means so much to me.
That's how retros were for a lot of people.
Coming out, right? They're doing a good job over there. You got Flair coming out. You got Axe and Smash. Just like a lot of
you got a Flair and a suit. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for that Flair, man.
It's cool.
And see what else. Who else is going to be the mystery third person in the Series 3? That'll be fun.
Yeah, they've been killing it, man. I don't collect a lot of the stuff that the Major Pod puts out, but I do applaud them for going into that route and doing their own thing. Like, I never thought Bendy's would take off as big as it did, and I was like, damn, I was like, good for them. You know,
And
like
the big rubber guys are already outselling the Bendies. So
yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
I need a big rubber Danhausen. That will be the one I buy.
That'd be really cool. I would buy that.
Danhausen coming. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm all for it, man.
Man, they need to get him in a line. Oh yeah,
Right?
I love that idea.
Yeah, I'm all for it. But he's killing it over at the AW line right now. So who's going to take that away from?
No.
Those are going to be great, man.
Absolutely nobody. Okay.
What else, Tom?
I know, I'm so confused by getting knocked off of here. I lost my whole train of thought.
Well, how about this? Before I open up a toy,
but
Alex.
So do you have all your rings and everything set up down here?
Am
I here or not?
You're good. You're
here. You have voices in your head? No, I said, how about all your rings? Do you have them displayed? How do you work with them?
So it's right over here to my right. I got the Raw's War ring from Mattel, and then I got like the Extreme Sets arena around it, and that's kind of been my display. I have the new gen entrance stage. I was hoping to have the WCW Nitro stage to put in there, but is what it is with that.
Me and you
I have
both.
so many rings. And it's like, why do I need? I'm counting. I have 4 rings. Like, what am I going to do with this? I have 1 on display. I'm saving 1 for my son. He's only 1. I'm hoping he's got his little collection of basics. Like, I just go in a store and I'm just like buying random stuff, hoping he gets into it. So
yeah,
maybe one of those rings will go to him eventually.
There you go.
It's a good way to do it, though. Yeah, that's how I was. I was just buying shit to see what sticks with them, and now my girls like they just want the girl toys. So I'm like, all right, it's cheaper on my wall.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, good stuff.
Mike, do you have something you want to open with us?
I did, but I do have one more question for Alex before we move into that. But give me like your top 3 things coming out in the next year that you are dying to get, man. Add to your collection. You can't wait to review them. Like you are itching for them to get here, man.
That's tough. Obviously, the Hogan 3-pack for sure is one. What else was announced? I feel like there's just been so much announced. Ultimate Edition's coming. We got the new Usos 2-pack coming out. That's awesome. And I hope eventually we get that Macho Man. That's like big on my list. Like,
I was upset, man.
For me too. Well, you didn't ask me, but I'm gonna say Lou Albano is my number 1.
Of course, Lou is definitely in the lead, man. I'm holding out for Super Mario Lou, or maybe we can't get it now, but it would have been awesome to get a Pee Wee Herman Big Show 2-pack with both of them dressed the same.
Oh, that would have been great.
Missing the ball on these things, no, but there's so much coming out, man. It's what a time to be a wrestling fan, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see what
coming across all different lines, man. It's just unbelievable, especially after Comic-Con. Just like I'm broke. Spend so much.
It's so.
Did you go to Comic-Con?
I did not. You know, I want to make it out there eventually. That's like on my bucket list to eventually do a Comic-Con.
Likewise, it seems so overwhelming to even think about going. Like even the fan access that we went to with Mattel, like that was so much, so much fun. But like
so different. Like when you watch it at home, you see all these reveals, but when you're there and you're like watching the projector and they're like revealing stuff, and you're like that oh shit moment, like what the hell, like that was pretty cool, dude. I never thought I'd be part of that. So it's like feel again. I'm hoping they do something for WrestleMania 4. I'm sure they will, right? It's
Of course,
WrestleMania
yeah.
40. Mattel's got to be planning something, so I hope we get another kind of thing to do down there. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, no, likewise, man. Can't wait. It's gonna be a
It'd be
good
nice
year.
for it just to be a drive away. You don't have
Right?
to travel.
That's even better because you won't have to wait 2 hours like me and Joe Shoes did for our Uber.
I just started walking and
Yeah, you came with us. I forgot all about that. Yeah, we were all
what a
sitting there
night,
waiting,
man.
watching the Uber hustle, man. The guy's sitting there like declining orders in front of us. He's like, "No, I want you to pay me $200." And I was like, "I'm 10 minutes away."
Wow.
Crazy.
The best, man. But it was a great time, nonetheless. What a replace for the world. I had a blast, man.
There you go.
All right. Well, is it time to open? Is that where we're
Let's
leading to
open.
now?
Let's open.
Let's open. All right. Whoa, Tom got big. But I am ripping open this beautiful.
I can't
One of
believe you're going to
3,000.
open this. It's
I
a
have to
chase.
because
it's a rare.
he's such a good figure, and it's so unique compared to the actual release that I have to. Right? He's got the 10 little headband coming on, and it's the chairman. I'm such a Sean Spears mark, and I feel like he's such an underrated character. But as always, we're not going light. We're ripping, we're tearing. Tom's crying a little bit. Nothing was as bad as the 1 of 500 MJF when I did that. That was a rough one.
Yeah.
But as always, I love doing it, man. So you get your chair. You're awesome. Gotta love the chair accessory. Always a blast, man. He comes with his loaded ass gloved hand, which is so badass. Look, it's even got detail on it. That's the little things like that. Yeah,
that's cool.
I love our little Jazware is fun. We always put so much detail on everything. Boom, and then here we go. The man with the plan, Sean Spears. He comes screaming head scan.
I'm gonna. That's a pretty awesome looking figure.
Yeah, he's got the longer tights, looking good. Canadian flag on him. I miss Sean Spears on TV, so this is why we're opening him so we could get more of a Sean's. I've just been dying to photography this bad boy. Photograph. There we go. Don't speak much. But yeah, he's got the mohawk. He's rocking and rolling. His headpiece is super detailed, super badass looking.
Cool.
It goes right on over his head.
I love the design of that. That's cool.
Yeah, the metallic paint job is
metallic. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. Love the way it looks, man. For a Sean Spears figure, it's amazing. I'm digging it. So can't wait to screw around with this a little bit more. He's even got the plastic on the legs. So none of the paint chip, which I love that Jazwares does that, man. Super cool. That's so stay tuned to my Instagram for some awesome photos featuring this bad boy.
FigNight Instagram, which is at official FigNight.
Yeah, at official FigNight, man. That's it. That's it.
That's here for that. Didn't I do a graphic? I thought I did. I guess I never did.
We never did, but it's okay. Well, next week we can have one going. But yeah, awesome stuff. Thanks for letting me do that. This is a pleasure, man.
Do you open chases and rares? Do you keep anything mint on card, or everything you have is sealed, Alex? I mean, open.
No, I open everything. I probably would have opened that 1 of 3,000 if I really wanted. Yeah, value is out the window. I don't collect for value, man. I like to open my figures, have fun, pose them. Like,
see,
I don't really collect for value.
Like, just let them breathe.
I agree with you. I don't really collect for value. I collect because I want it. That's why I wish there was just enough of everything, and that's why I hate rares and chases.
Yeah, me too.
Because to me, I just want it in my collection. I don't care how many there are out there. If I want it, I just want it.
Yeah,
you know, I'll never really buy anything just because it's a rare or a chase or whatever. So,
yeah, no, I'm not big on the. I like having them. That's the difference. It's not about. It's not about it that they're rare. It's that, man, I want that attire. Like,
it's so true.
It's the best, man.
It is.
My chair broke. I'm trying to fix it.
Oh no, it'll snap back in.
No, it's just a little snap. So it bothered me.
Have the chairman fix it.
Yeah, right.
Chairman's sitting right next to you.
I'm excited to pop that bad boy open. Take some pictures. Now, it's gonna be good.
Do you still go on fig hunts, or do you do ringside?
Oh, all the time. I mean, I'm disappointed going to a lot of stores, but I mean, it's part of the hunt, right? And when you finally get fed with a nice figure, it's just like the best thing in the world, you know?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, especially like most recently, all these Target figures that came out, the Legends, the Then, Now, and Forever 4-pack, like, it was great to go hunting and actually find something. And then you go to Walmart and there's just nothing.
Walmart's sad.
Yeah, it's so bad. I don't know about you guys, but over here, it's rare you find anything.
Yeah, no, I took Tommy to one of our Walmarts. It was there's like 2 figures on the shelf always, and it's
Walmart is
6 series behind.
But
Yeah. If it's
last week,
something I really want, it's always ringside. I don't like if it's a brand new figure that I can't wait for. 100% pre-order first day because I'm not going through that something waiting. Like no, can't do it.
It's the worst. Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Patient.
Like hitting 13 targets last week in a matter of 3 days, looking for that 60th anniversary set.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna go to the last store. I'm like, why am I gonna waste my time? And that's the one that had it. And like, it was the most fun I've had in a fig hunt. Finally finding it, like, oh my god, it's finally here.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and I did
It's a
find
lost feeling too. You
What?
know, it's a very lost feeling too since we lost, all of our toy stores, man.
Yes, I feel like I haven't really had that feeling like I did last week since Toys R Us went out of business.
Yeah.
So like Toys R Us, you knew you were always gonna find something. Like Toys R Us was great for that.
Hell yeah.
Walmart should reset everything, not just their toy aisle, everything they do. Because
They need new management.
they can't ship things out. How many like pre-orders never get shipped? Like I ordered the Piper and a Hogan Superstars line, which is an amazing line, and I think that just got pushed back.
mine too.
Email
Yeah. No, it's rough,
about
man.
that the other day. So
There he is.
I buy everything from Walmart. If it's a Walmart exclusive, I'll pay the extra $10-15 to avoid that. If it's something I really want, like RVD and Brock, the Ultimates just went up. They were $50. It's like that's $15 more to avoid it. I would have grabbed them.
No, and what's the chances you're actually going to catch them on the shelves? That's
even the pre-orders. Like it's not easy. Like your pre-order. That's why I'm worried about the new Monday Night Wars line. It's like they're assuring us that they're working on it, but like. I mean, there's going to be a lot of figures I want from that line. I can't buy them, right? You can't overpay for everything.
No, absolutely. That's going to be a big tell if it works for us, and if it doesn't, man. And trust me, I'm a big supporter of that Monday Night War line.
Yeah,
I hope it flies through the shelves. I hope it does great. But I'm super worried about the Walmart stuff, man.
Yeah. I will say Target kind of started off like that. I feel like when the Legends were first hitting there, it was a little their distribution got way better. Now, like they're clearancing them out. I don't know if Walmart will ever get to that, but it would be nice.
Yeah. No, and like Target has been on par for so many things, man. Like I really feel like even the red AEW ones, like the Sammy and stuff. Like you pop in and you actually see them on the shelves. Like it's like holy shit, it's here. And
I picked up Adam Cole the other day. I was like, this looks pretty nice with that red jacket.
Yeah,
like I'll grab this. Thank you.
They fulfilled my pre-order online, and I got to buy one in the store. Like that was a double win. It was cool.
I always find them in stores first. Like you just never know. I always pre-order them because there'll be that one time I don't pre-order them. They'll send them before they hit stores, but I always end up canceling. It's just always you never know, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Listen, some Targets have a very vast toy line or toy aisle, and some of them have barely nothing. So it's hard to really ballpark it if it's going to happen.
It makes a feeling to walk into a Toys R Us. I feel like Macy's is now bringing back Toys R Us, right? And I don't know if you collect like any DC figures, but that new '89 Batmobile was hitting. I walked into the time, like in my mall, they had a Macy's in the Macy's Toys R Us in the Macy's store. And it like such a nostalgic feel. It was like this big toy store. You're like looking around, like, wow, I miss this.
Yeah, no, it's listen, man, it's a shame that there's nothing out there that replaced Toys R Us. I mean, even on the smaller side, if we had a KB Toys, I think we would be happy right now. Because I listen, the nostalgia of walking into one of those was amazing. I remember going there after like school days with my dad and picking up like all the Bone Crunchers, the Titantron Lives. And like that was the best, man. Like
I remember begging my parents, "Can we go to Toys R Us today?" They would hop in the car, driving there. You get a toy or two. It was just like it was the best feeling in the world. Now, like I have a kid, I'm going to take him down to the one Target aisle with a few toys. It's not the same feeling.
No, absolutely. The coolest thing I could say about it is I have a picture of me, my two daughters, and my nephew, all when they were babies, basically out in front of Toys R Us like the last week they were open. And I was like, at least I got to take them all there once,
Like that last trip to Toys R Us, I have one somewhere on my phone. Like I'm
I bought that shitty
TRU Network Spotlight exclusive had just hit. It was like the big show in that series. I remember walking out the store. All of them.
Oh, I wish mine even got that. I had mine was what did they get? They got the re-released Legend series, the one that had IRS Man, Shawn Michaels. Like it was all like older ones, and I was like, I don't really need anything out of this, but like, give me one of every. Like, I was just like, I have to buy something. It's my last time here.
I saved the shopping bag somewhere in my house, like the Toys R Us.
Oh, I got two of the carts, the little baskets, the hand baskets. I was like, I'm not getting out of here without grabbing one of these. Right? Oh man, good times though. I really feel like we need something like that again. A resurgence of a toy store. mass worldwide openings. Like, hook it up, man. Everything's booming. Collectibles are through the roof since COVID. Why not? Like, let's take advantage of it.
Yeah.
How you doing, Tom? That's what I thought. He's here. It's okay. We love you. Well, you get the Instagram hearts, man. Well, I think we could wrap up here since Tom's having internet issues. But Alex, before we go, let everybody know where they can find you, what you've been doing, what do you got coming up, all your big future plans.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Alex West Collects. Tons of figure reviews, photos. I'm very interactive on there, so feel free to drop me a DM and just chat figures, man. It's all good.
Absolutely, man. And anything else that you want to get out to the people while we still have time?
No, I appreciate you guys having me on here. I appreciate everyone's support. Like, it really does mean a lot. I know it probably sounds cheesy saying over again, but like, it really does mean a lot. I appreciate people actually wanting to watch some videos or liking my photos. It's a fun community. And it's just fun to interact with everyone. Just kind of get everyone's opinions on new stuff coming out and all the excitement brewing, all these new figure reveals. So I do appreciate all of you.
Absolutely, man. And likewise from everybody that's been tuning into FigNight. I mean, every week we appreciate you guys' support. Make sure you head on over to the turnbuckletavern.com. One more time for the Prime. Follow us everywhere. Like us, buy a shirt, support your homies, because we're all here creating content together in our big little small bubble of action figures and pro wrestling. Tom, any last words before we leave?
Goodbye.
Hey, he's here.
Did I get that in?
You're in, but yeah, I queuing up the outro. But Tom, you gotta lead us out like always, brother.
All right. Well, I mean, we could say it for all three of us. Thank you guys for joining us, and with that, big guys out.